Lent is often framed as a season of self-improvement, better habits, more discipline, clear intentions. But the readings from the second week of Lent don't especially seem interested in refining our spirituality. They're more interested in whether it's real. Across the week, the issue is rarely confusion. People generally know what's happening around them, and they understand what's being asked of them. It's exposed instead of resistance. The prophets speak because injustice is already present in the community. Jesus tells stories where the characters understand exactly what's at stake. The rich man knows that Lazarus is at his door. The tenants know that the vineyard does not belong to them. The religious leaders know the words of the law, but resist allowing those words to change how they live. What is being named here is not ignorance, but refusal. And that is uncomfortable, because refusal often hides behind religious language. Belief can remain intact while responsibility is quietly set aside. Worship can continue while injustice is tolerated. Belonging can be claimed without allowing real transformation. And again and again and again this week, Scripture continues to return to a practical question. What is actually taking shape in our lives? Not in what we say, in what we believe, but how we treat others, how we use that kind of power, and what kind of world our choices help to sustain. One of the most unsettling moments this week is the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. And it's not because of what happens after death, but because of what happens before it. Lazarus is named. He is visible. He is near. He is still. And yet, he has passed by. And that detail is really hard to sit with because it does feel familiar. Lent, especially in this second week, does not seem to be asking for more guilt. It is asking for honesty about what we looked, about what we have learned to overlook, about what we have normalized, about where faith has become something we manage rather than something that reshapes us. And yet, the week does not end with accusations. It ends with mercy. A God who does not cling to anger. A Father who runs towards the returning Son. A promise that guilt does not get the final word. But mercy is not sentimental. It restores and it rearranges. It changes how we see ourselves, and it changes how we see one another. So perhaps the invitation of the second week of Lent is not, should I add to my life, but something quieter. What have I stopped seeing? And what might I begin to change if I am allowed to see it again?